I'm currently working at Cornwall Partnership NHS Foundation Trust as a registered nurse degree apprentice, based at Bodmin Community Assessment and Treatment Unit. My story is a little different than most COVID-related ones. I have had a long career as a higher level teaching assistant, working both in primary and secondary schools, the last being a maths HLTA, teaching classes from year 7 to 11. When COVID hit and the government shut down the schools for their safety, I was at home watching the news with the rest of the country. I knew I was not very good at being at home, and I like to keep busy and on the move. When I saw the call for help in the NHS, I signed up to become a general worker. I believed I could help with the pressure the wards were suffering from at the time, even if it was just a little bit. I started on the Flexi Bank team, mostly working nights. I did move around the wards at first, but quickly found a base I loved working in. At the time, this ward was called Harbour. Harbour Ward was going through a change though. Previously, the ward had been a community rehab unit, which then became the Community Assessment and Treatment Unit, the CATU. I fell in love with the job and wanted more. Following the pandemic, once restrictions had started to ease, I applied to become a healthcare assistant to help further. Again, I enjoyed this role and the setting I was in. Schools opened and I had to return to my day job. I said goodbye to the team. However, after only 4 weeks back in the school setting, I realised that my heart was in care and was desperately missing it. This is where I first found out about the nursing apprenticeship route. I returned to the NHS full-time, still on a flexi contract, but decided I would like to train as a nurse. I waited, gaining experiences where I could. I applied, but unfortunately on that occasion I was unsuccessful. After the interview, however, the manager of the CATU ward had a substantive healthcare role available and asked if I would apply. So I did. I worked for the next 7 months as a CATU HCA, gaining knowledge and adding to my training via the education and training team where I could. In 2022, with the full support of my ward manager, I reapplied to the registered nurse degree apprentice. In their first year running with Greenwich University and Truro and Penwith College, it had been so successful, CFT joined forces and expanded the spaces available to 20. I sent in my application and this time was successful in interview. In September 2022, I started my journey to become a registered nurse, and I'm about to come to the end of my first year. I'm not going to lie, there have been tears, but also joy. My first exam was passed with flying colours. Harvard referencing is a learning curve, and friends are being made for life. I am forever grateful for the support I've received and still receive from my ward manager and all of the tutors.